Hi, my name's Ricky Brundrett. I'm a Principal Technical Program Manager at Microsoft, and today I'm going to talk to you about Azure Maps. Microsoft has been creating mapping products for over 25 years. With all that experience, we've redesigned Azure Maps from the ground up, released it a year and a half ago, and have been adding a ton of features since then. With that in mind, we've put together the following guidance for Microsoft to help you choose the right Microsoft mapping solution for your application. So let's take a look at Azure Maps. Azure Maps is a collection of geospatial services that you can use in any app, whether it be in a line of business or you're a consumer-facing app. Being part of Azure, you get all that Azure goodness. Security, privacy, enterprise scale, and global availability. Additionally, being that we're a map platform, we have a lot of data, and we make sure that data is updated very frequently. The map data itself is updated every week, and the traffic data is updated every minute. Accessibility is a very big focus for Microsoft. We want to make sure everyone can use our products, and with Maps, we made sure to do that as well, and I'll talk about that a little bit later. Also with Azure Maps, we have very competitive and flexible pricing. If you have an Azure subscription, you already have access to Azure Maps today. It's just another tool in the Azure toolbox. We also provide generous free limits as well. You can use Azure credits to use Azure Maps as well too. Now for Maps, we need a lot of data, and we work with some of the best data providers we can come across globally. We use TomTom to power our road data and our geocoding and routing and our maps and our traffic data. We use MoveIt for mobility services and public transit services. If you're curious what micro-mobility is, think of rideshare scooters and being able to get those and know where those are and where to rent one of those. You can actually find that details out. We just announced a partnership with AccuWeather last week, and they're going to be providing weather data and services into Azure Maps, which will make easily accessible. One of the great things about the architecture and the partnerships that we have here is that we made it so that as soon as any of these data providers add new data to their platform, it becomes instantly available to anyone using Azure Maps. So there's no delay in getting that fresh data. There's a ton of tools inside of Azure Maps, and so we'll take a quick look at some of these. So, of course, we have Maps. It's right in our name. For the maps, you can do something as simple as generate an image, a PNG of a certain size with some data overlaid on top. Add that to a report, email it, do whatever you'd like. We also provide maps in the form of tiles, which is how most interactive map controls work today. The cool thing about it is we actually make the tiles available in two different formats. We have regular image, like PNG tiles, which is what most mapping platforms use, but we also have vector tiles. And vector tiles are very, very powerful. They're significantly smaller in file size, but they allow you to get access to that raw data that's used to render the map. And it also allows us to do some really interesting things on the client side. In fact, one of the key features we're using vector tiles for is to power the screen reader for users. So if you are someone who needs to use the screen reader for accessibility needs, you're going to get very rich descriptions of what you're looking at because we know exactly what's rendered in the screen because we have the vector tiles there to tell us. We have interactive map controls, so you can add them to your web or mobile applications. And then we have a whole bunch of routing APIs. And so we have route directions from point A to point B. You can actually pass in up to 150 waypoints. We have traveling salesman optimization available inside of that. We also offer multiple modes of direction, so you can have car, truck, walking, biking, bus, motorcycle, and a few other ones that are there. What's quite interesting, if you start looking at commercial vehicles and trucks, you can actually pass in the dimensions and the weight, number of axles, if it isn't carrying any hazardous materials. You can also pass in engine information. You can say, okay, I'm driving an electric car, and I have this uphill and downhill efficiency. Find me the most economical route, rather than just finding me the fastest route. So all these things can be taken into consideration with the routing API. Additionally, you can also specify when you want to leave or when you want to arrive, and it'll take into consideration either real-time or predictive traffic data depending on that time. In addition to our route directions, we also have a route matrix service where you can go in and say, I want all the travel times and distances between this two-dimensional array of locations. And we'll go through and calculate that all on our service and return you back the details. Again, all those features and functionalities that are in the direction service is available in the matrix service. So if you want to do a matrix for a commercial vehicle that is a certain dimensions, carrying hazardous material, and just happens to be an electric engine, it'll take all that into consideration as well. One of the other key routing APIs that we have is a route range service. And you can think of that as showing me everywhere I can go to if I were to drive in for either a certain amount of time or with a certain amount of fuel or range. So let's say if I'm here, show me everywhere I could be in 15 minutes. So you'd get a polygon. You can then do some interesting things with that, like filtering your customer data to find out which customers are within 15 minutes driving or walking from your location. In addition to that, you can also use that engine specification data and say, hey, I've got a combustion engine. Here's all the details about that engine, and I have a half a tank of gas. Show me everywhere I could be before I run out of gas. And that's quite interesting because you can then take that polygon and bring it to our search APIs. And we have a point of interest search API where you can go through and say, find me everything in this polygon. And you might say, find me all the gas stations that I can actually make it to. We have, within the search APIs, we have address search and reverse geocoding, so you can go through and take a coordinate and find out its address and vice versa. We can also provide you the speed limit data and road type information as well. We also have all kinds of points of interest data with a lot of different ways to search for it, either by name or category, finding nearby or finding within a polygon. We also expose access to all the boundary data we have. So if you want boundaries for zip codes or cities, you can easily access those. What's really cool is almost all these services are also support being used in an autocomplete scenario. And all you do is you turn on that one option and it tells the server, all right, this is a partial query. Let's try to do a predictive search rather than just doing a straight match on that search. The spatial operations platform provides things such as geofencing. And so that's a really powerful feature where you can say, all right, I want to cordon off an area and monitor that area, maybe a drive time polygon. And when anything enters or leaves that area, fire off an alert in Azure Event Hub, Event Grid. We can specify time windows for when these geofences are active. You may only care about a geofence during business hours, or maybe just for a couple of hours out of a day or certain days of the week. There's also a set of spatial calculations as a service, which is very useful if you're doing IoT and you have a low-powered device and you don't want to do all those calculations locally. You want to set them off to a server or service to do those. The traffic data, we have two different types. So we have flow data and incident data. Flow data is kind of like the color-coded roads you're used to seeing on the map. What's really neat about that is the flow data is available in several different forms. There's a simple tile layer, just like our maps, where you can overlay and visualize. There's also vector tiles where you can access the raw vector data and say, okay, this segment of road, you color it red, but what's the actual value? And so if we say it's a number of 0.2 on a scale of 0 to 1, that's 20% of the speed limit is what the traffic is moving at. The incident data is things like car accidents and road closures and things like that. You can also actually, for the flow, you can actually pass in a line and we'll return all the flow data along that line as a JSON response. We have a time zone API, which is pretty straightforward. He passes in a coordinate. We'll tell you all the time-related information to that location. IP to address or geolocation API. So you pass in an IP address, and we'll tell you where that is located. Our mobility services, so our public transit. And then our data storage. Our data storage is primarily used for geofencing currently, but we are looking at some additional methods to allow you to bring in your own data into Azure Maps. Some of the new capabilities that we just announced this past week are new weather services coming through AccuWeather, Power BI integration, and government cloud support. So before we jump into that, let's take a look at a customer scenario. So Cornell Group, based out of the UK, is a construction company. And we've been working with them around using our geofencing API. And so in this case here, we see a geofence around an area that's a high danger area. one big common issue that happens in construction is workers show up, they walk around, and they don't realize that they've entered into a high danger area, and an accident happens. And it shouldn't. And they don't want that to happen, so they want to come up with better ways to make sure that those workers are aware of their surroundings. So what they've done is created an IoT-connected safety vest. So in the UK, all workers have to wear a high visibility vest anyways. Now they've just added a GPS sensor to it and made it so that when they enter into a high-risk area, it just flashes a light so that they're aware that they've entered into that high-risk area. Similarly, they also do that for when you're driving the vehicles into a danger area, which in this case here, we can see if that truck were to continue on, there's a risk that it's going to hit the low-hanging wires. So let's take a look at an architectural design diagram for a common real-time tracking solution. So, you have your devices that you want to track. It could be an IoT device, it could be a mobile phone, it could be a connected vehicle. You want to get that data, all that sensor data, its location, maybe some temperature readings, what have you, into Azure. So the best way to do that is with IoT Hub. That's a messaging platform that can handle a ton of messages from every sensor you have. To get that data connected, or those sensors connected, a really useful tool is the device provisioning platform. It allows you to connect thousands of devices very, very quickly up to Azure IoT and have them all linked up to your subscription. From there, you might want to do some data transformation. So you might say, maybe I have a lot of different types of sensors and I need to transform that data for some reason. Maybe the temperature sensor on one sensor is saying Celsius, the other one's Fahrenheit, and I want to standardize it all on one unit. I might want to enrich my data and maybe use Azure Maps to add more location context. Things like, for that GPS point, what type of road was it on? What's the speed limit? What was the weather? What's the traffic condition like? That could all play an effect as well. You can imagine maybe you have a moisture sensor, and every time it rains, that moisture sensor realizes it and goes up a little bit. But if that moisture sensor is inside, you might think there's a leak in the house. It could be something as simple as just the air moisture is just slightly higher, or someone left the window open. So with this, you can go through and say, okay, well, maybe I want to ignore, when it rains, I want to ignore that slight increase in moisture. Well, you can go through and use the weather API inside of Azure Maps to know when that's happening and say, okay, this is a false positive, let's not worry about it. If it ends up going above, much higher than a small amount, then you might want to take a closer look. You might want to go through and do some more analysis using Stream Analytics. And one interesting thing there, so Azure Maps geofencing API, we actually also make that directly available inside of Azure Stream Analytics. You just license Stream Analytics and it's there. You don't have to worry about licensing Azure Maps separately for that. That said, you could also use Azure Maps directly if you wanted to. You then might want to store that data somewhere, run some machine learning and AI. But eventually you're going to get to a point where you want to actually see this data, get some insights from it. So you're going to have reporting tools or dashboards. And so Azure Maps can help with the spatial analytics and the visualizations of that spatial data. Now, this isn't an overly complicated architectural design diagram if you're a developer, but what if you're not a developer? Or maybe you're just starting out with IoT type solutions and you want to do real-time tracking as quickly as you can. We have a no-code solution as well, and it's called IoT Central. And basically, you can take your devices, use a device provisioning service, get them connected to IoT Central. IoT Central is a solution that wraps that whole architecture I just shown and makes it very easy to create a dashboard like we see here. In this case here, a connected refrigerator where you might think, why do I need to know where that refrigerator is? Well, if you're the person maintaining it and you have a whole bunch of refrigerators out in the field that you want to monitor, you need to know which one is the one causing the issue and where it's located. The beautiful thing about this is you can be up and running in as little as 5 minutes. Now let's take a look at some of these new services. So the weather services, as I said, are being powered by AccuWeather. And today we expose both the radar and infrared imagery overlays on top of the map like we see here. We also have current forecast and or long forecast from minute-to-minute forecast to 45-day forecast coming, as long as weather along a route. All those will be available on November 20th. The weather along the route one's quite interesting because you might want to say, okay, I'm doing this route. Is it going to rain the whole time or not? With our routing service, you can get multiple routes returned that are all reasonably within the same amount of travel time, and you could go through and compare the weather to each of them and say, hey, I'm going to take this one route here because the rain isn't as hard, and I don't like driving in hard rain. We also are going to be releasing alerts, tropical storms, and historical data a little bit later. With Azure Maps, we're also launched into GovCloud in preview, and we're working on making that available in general available and FedRAMP high certified by Q1 of 2020. And all the services I talked about are available in GovCloud as well. So 100% of our platform is available both in commercial and government cloud. We've been working with Hexagon as one of our launch partners. They have their on-call solution, which is used by police services and things like that. And now they're going to make that available inside of GovCloud powered by Azure Maps. We've been working with the Power BI team to help create some new visuals around geospatial data. And the idea here is we want to make it easy to use Azure Maps without having to write a bunch of code. Additionally, we want to be able to essentially turn Power BI into a simple geospatial platform for analyzing information. The initial set of features we're going to launch will include 3D bar charts, kind of like what we see here, traffic data, a custom tile layer, so if you have your own custom tile layers or the weather overlay that I just showed, and the ability to drag and drop GeoJSON files onto the map to create additional reference layers. So you might say, I have all my data in Power BI for my customers. Now I want to take this census data that's in GeoJSON and I want to overlay it so I can visually compare it. And so we can do that very easily. All this will be coming in the February update of Power BI. So let's take a look at this new feature. All right. So a flat map with the 3D data doesn't look that great, so let's go ahead and pitch the map, which we can do very easily with the mouse or with one of these controls. We can also rotate the map very easily if we wanted to, and we can interact with all the individual data points. We can turn on the traffic data, and there we are. We see the real-time traffic data underneath and all the incidences that have occurred. We can also go through and filter our data, and something about a tooltip. All right, there we go. We filter our data down and using another visual, and it all works together. Additionally, we can add, so let's unfilter this. Additionally, we can also add a reference layer, like I said, with a GeoJSON file. So here's a bunch of census tracts showing the population density. And let's zoom back in here. There we are. And we can also add a custom tile there. So I've already loaded one up through the editor, and you saw it briefly there, but it looks like weather's beautiful in Denver right now, of course, because I'm demoing. So let's zoom out a bit, and we can start seeing some of the rain that's a little bit further north of Denver. One of the nice things as well is not only is this going to be in the web version, but it's also available in the desktop version of Power BI as well. All right. So in addition to the Azure Maps visual for Power BI, we're also working with partners to help them bring their own custom visuals to Power BI. Easy Territory has been using Azure Maps for a while now, and they have a great application for doing territory management. And they wanted to also be able to bring this to Power BI. So let's take a quick look at what this solution does. So you start off with all your customer data, and you can come up and figure out how do you want to actually aggregate it into territories. So it could be by maybe the salesperson who's in charge of that area. And here we go, it's calculating out all the regions. From there, you can tie that all into Dynamics 365. All the addresses are, of course, geocoded using Azure Maps. We can go through and do some additional things such as capacity planning, where we'll go through and calculate the optimized routes for trips and try to come up with a selected set of routes. And so here we go. Here we're going to see it come up with the the best trip so I can visit all my customers in a logical manner. And that's not one route, that's a lot of different routes there for each salesperson. Finally, you can bring it all into Power BI and visualize it and use it with the rest of your dashboard capabilities. So in addition to that, we also have a lot of other enhancements we've been making to Azure Maps. Recently, we received one of the highest certifications and grades for accessibility inside of Microsoft. We spent months and months working on this, and we had users of all different accessibility needs using our maps and giving us feedback and us constantly iterating and improving. As I had mentioned before, we're using the vector tiles to actually provide very rich screen reader descriptions. So that way there, it's not just able to provide basic accessibility support, but to actually provide a really good experience for any user. In fact, one of the outcomes of this was we started becoming more passionate about accessibility and started looking at accessibility as just another user interface rather than looking at it as a set of tasks that we had to do. And I highly recommend, if you ever have to do a development with accessibility, that you look at it that way as well. We made a lot of changes to our map styles to make it a lot easier to use, both for accessibility reasons, but also for just general customer feedback that they've said, we want to see borders earlier, or we want to see certain things earlier, and we want to see more data here, there, or wherever. We made a lot of improvements to our web SDK. One of the new features that went live today is the building models, which we see here in the bottom right. We also have a number of other interesting features. In the cluster aggregates, we actually just did a recording on IoT show. So if you should check that out to get a deep dive into that if you're interested. We also have taken a number of our preview services and made them generally available. That's primarily our batch services and our route matrix service. So I'd like to thank you all for attending today. If you'd like to have some Q&A with me afterwards, I'll be at the IoT booth just over there, a couple booths over. Or you can email us at azuremapsales@microsoft.com or drop us a message on Twitter. Thank you very much.